Welcome to Tangling Along with me. We are continuing on tanglepatterns.com, and today we are starting on a new page in this book. So we are going to start with making a new string for these next tangles. And we are going to do as we always do, start with some gratitude for the paper we are sitting with and the possibility for something awesome to emerge on this page. We are going to relax in our shoulders and our hands and fingers and just enjoy this little moment. Sorry about that. I'm using my graphite to start with the 4 corner dots on my page. So now it's not a clean empty space anymore. We have the dots on there, so it's not that hard to start anymore. So I'm just gonna make a line between the 4 dots that I have here on the page. And these lines do not need to be straight. They can be straight, but they don't need to be. So we had the spiral last time, and I'm really not sure what kind of line I'm going to make. So I'm just gonna make some wavy lines here, I think, from one side of the paper to the other, like that. And then I'm just gonna do the same this way. And this way we are getting some different shapes and spaces to work in. I kind of like this. I might have to make an extra line here because they were kind of big. So we are ready for the next pattern on this page, and it's gonna be this one right here. And I am using my Micron, oops, that was the wrong one. I'm using my black Micron PN for this. And I'm going to find a place where I am going to start with this one. And this pattern is kind of a it's kind of a standalone pattern, but it's also kind of a grid pattern. So if you have a big one, you can make some square grids to place it in. I could do that here, but actually I think I'm gonna take this one and then just color up the lines here and use that as my square grid for this tangle. Just drawing up the outline here. And I know it's not square, but it's all fine because I think it will be fitting really nice in here. So this is kind of a fragment, and I'm gonna use it as a fragment in this place here. So we are going to start with a orb around the middle of your square. Again, if you have a grid, you do an orb in each of your grid parts. And from the orb, we are going to make kind of this rice corn shape, going from the orb to one of the corners and to the opposite corner as well. Like that. So that's the first part of it. So now I'm going to aura this line from the orb and do a aura. And I'm gonna do the same over here from the orb and to the line. Again, from the orb out, placing the end of the aura on the line. And I'm just gonna continue with that. Going from the orb and out. And it kind of creates this line from one end to the other. I'm just gonna give it one more. There we go. And I'm gonna do the same over here. So first one aura on one side, and then the aura on the other side. And I am going to turn my book around here. And then continue, because this is a better working angle for me. And if you have more of these in a grid, it looks really nice if these lines can end up the same place, so that you would mirror this one and the next here, so that they would kind of hit each other at one spot. It could be that you can't make it to hit each other, and it's all fine, but if it is possible, then it really looks really nice. And mine is a bit wonky, so I'm just gonna do an extra one there. And I am gonna turn my book back around. And I'm gonna cap the black Micron. I am going to use my cold gray. This is a Micron 10 for this. Let me just lift this up a bit. And I'm just gonna uncap it. I'm thinking about making kind of a orb here, and then as many orbs as I have room for in this shape here, and the same up here, starting in the middle. I like that. And then whatever orbs I can fill in here. There we go. I kind of like that. Cap that one. I want some white in there, so I'm taking my white jelly roll. That is the 10 I have here. And I think I'm going to color in the orb in the middle here with the white, and I can I could go in and put in some dots here, but I think I'm gonna leave that, just place it like that, I think. And now everything is kind of falling away here. I can still see my string line here, so I'm just gonna really quick erase that one. Because when I am making these videos for you guys, I am always making my string line really visible. Let me take some of my white graphite here, no charcoal, and I'm just gonna pop in a tiny line here in these side pieces. Again, this is just a idea of one way you can make this shading on your patterns here. You can always do it just like you feel like. I'm just giving you one option, but do play around with the shadings and the white charcoals and maybe other kinds of charcoals. Play around with it. I think I'm going to pop in a tiny bit of my graphite here at the ends of these rice corn shapes here, using my Tortillions for my graphite and just dragging that out a tiny bit. I like that. And I think I'm going to pop in a tiny bit of graphite here along this line that we got here in the middle, and then just with small circle movement popping it out between both on, or more on both sides of this little line here. And I can make a little on these sides. Words are a bit hard today, so I hope you understand me anyway. And just making that into a tiny bit of a shadow here on each side of this white line. And then all of a sudden this pattern looks totally different than it was before. I think that's a really fun thing about shading, that you can change everything around just like that. I am going to take my black Micron PN again, because my outline here is kind of disappearing, so I just want to draw up the lines here around the pattern. And I'm just taking my time with it. There we go. I really like that one. So that was the pattern today, the fragment. And again, if you have a grid, then do this in all the grids. I think it turned out really nice. It was this one right here. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Have an attitude of gratitude.